So you mean to tell me you watched Lamar Jackson and saw what he did last season and with who he did it with, and then you watched that team get even better this year? And I know these are projected rankings, but you decided that Lamar Jackson heading into the 2025 season, that he was not the first or the second or even the third, but he was the fourth best quarterback overall? Let's look at their reasoning. So ESPN, they did a list of the top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2025 season, and Lamar Jackson is sitting at number 4. Number 1 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 2 is Josh Allen. Number 3 is Joe Burrow. And number 4 is Lamar Jackson. Now, I get it that this list is not just based off of last year, but it's based off of expectations heading into the 2025 season. But still, Lamar Jackson at 4? After what we've seen throughout his entire career, and then with recency bias to what we just saw from him last year, in the same offense with even more weapons, and he's at number 4, with the defense that's even better or projected to be even better, and he's at 4? I don't understand that. But anyway, let's look into ESPN's reasoning for that. It says, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens quarterback, his highest ranking was number 1, and his lowest ranking was number 6. So there was actually somebody that felt like Lamar Jackson, heading into the 2025 season, would be the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. That's insane. But let's read. It says, he's 28 years old. His last year's ranking was number 4. Jackson is the most breathtaking player in the game. He might be the most feared too, depending on whom you ask. And he was close to winning a 3rd MVP last season. In fact, beating out the actual MVP, Josh Allen, for first-team All-Pro status in an unusual split of those honors. That right there, that should let you know as well. Because, again, Pro Bowl is cool, it's fun, but it ain't serious. All-Pro, oh, that's serious right there. That's very serious. And Lamar Jackson was All-Pro, and I believe he got All-Pro the last 2 years. But certainly last year, first-team All-Pro. But like the article basically said without saying, like, hey, Lamar Jackson was voted first team All-Pro over Josh Allen. How did they split, and how did Josh Allen end up getting MVP? Oh, I know we know. I know you know, but another story for another day. That we've already covered plenty of times before. Anyway, continuing back to the article, it says, winning a 3rd award would put Jackson on a short list so accomplished that first names aren't necessary. Manning, Rodgers, Brady, Favre, Brown, Unitas. I like that. But anyway, continuing, it says, what Jackson did last year still puts him in his own class. You see all these phrases that they're using? That's how you know 4 is too low. What he did last year should put him in his own class. So why is he in number 4? The class ain't at number 4 overall. But anyway, continuing, it said he became the first player in NFL history with 40 passing touchdowns and 4 or fewer interceptions in a season. A 10-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, winning percentage is insane, and he's a leading rusher on any team he's on. A veteran NFL coach said he's one of a kind. Well, Derrick Henry, he led our team in rushing last year, and I believe that was the first time in a long time that we've actually had a running back lead the team in rushing, which has been a huge relief for Lamar Jackson, a huge relief for Baltimore Ravens offense, a huge just relief for the entire team. Because it changes the dynamic of so many things. It takes away a lot of the pressure that's on Lamar Jackson, and it allows him to be even better. But continuing back to the article, it says, Lamar Jackson also led the NFL in total QBR and yards per drop pack and set new career highs in passing touchdowns, passing yards, yards per attempt, and touchdown to interception ratio. His total EPA was 160.6, more than 16 points higher than any quarterback. And what the EPA is basically positive plays. Positive plays. Plays that have a positive impact on the game. And let's read that last part again. His total EPA was 160.6, more than 16 points higher than any other quarterback. But for some reason, he's number 4. Let's continue. It said he's the best space runner in the NFL, and he's such a good passer now. An NFL defensive coordinator said he probably doesn't get enough credit for how he's improved there. So we're starting to sort of get a little glimpse of why Lamar Jackson is number 4. It seems like people are still continuing to hold on to old narratives. Because coming out of college, a lot of people say, oh, Lamar Jackson, he's not polished as a passer. Oh, Lamar Jackson really needs to work on throwing the ball. Lamar Jackson could always throw the ball. Throwing the ball was never an issue for Lamar Jackson. And what's interesting is that a lot of us fans, we talked about Greg Roman, talked about how he was such a great introductory offensive coordinator in the NFL, because that he is. You saw what he's done with Lamar Jackson. You saw what he did with Colin Kaepernick. And he did it somewhere else too. But he's a nice introductory offensive coordinator. But the scheme, it grows a bit stale. And then it holds the players back. But there were so many people saying, oh, no. It's Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson was that good, then he would be able to outplay Greg Roman's system. He would be able to outplay Greg Roman's offense. But a lot of us continue to say, the offense is holding them back. They need to just break the chains out. Let him be free. Let Lamar Jackson go off. But so many people still gave pushback. They said, no, it's the system. That's why he's shining like he's been shining. It's the system. That's why he got that 2019 unanimous MVP. And we said the system certainly helped, but Lamar Jackson is better than the system. And look what happened when he got out the system. He's been 2 years removed from the system. Should have been 2 years as an MVP. But it's cool. They felt bad for Josh Allen. They gave him the pity award, and we all know it. Even Bills fans know it. It's obvious, but it's okay. It is what it is. But when we read that section of this article, best space runner in the NFL, and he's such a good passer now, it seems like people just holding on to old stuff. But let's continue. It says, years ago, some evaluators knocked Jackson's skills as a pocket passer, but he has busted through that narrative since the Ravens committed to a stronger passing game by hiring offensive coordinator Todd Monken and adding playmakers via free agency and the draft. Jackson has ranked in the top 5 in QBR in each of the past 2 seasons. You think that's a coincidence? You think it is? Lamar Jackson has ranked in the top 5 in quarterback rating in each of the past 2 seasons and has combined for 7,850 passing yards during that span. Do you think that's a coincidence? That in the past 2 seasons, he just so happened to get a new offensive coordinator, that Lamar Jackson has ranked in the top 5. It's not a coincidence. So many people they tried to say, "Oh, Lamar Jackson, it's G-Rose." We tried to tell people a long time ago, man. Lamar Jackson, he's not a quarterback that's just based on a system. He's not a quarterback that needs a certain system to thrive. Lamar Jackson's going to thrive regardless, man. He has shown that everywhere that he's been. He's going to thrive regardless. So what he's been doing, it's no surprise. And it's like it's almost frustrating to watch how greater Lamar Jackson has become since he got out of Greg Roman's system. Since the Baltimore Ravens and Greg Roman, they went their separate ways. Because what makes it so frustrating is that a lot of us have been talking about it for years. Years we have been talking about it. All right, hey, we think time is up. All right, we think the Ravens should go ahead and move on now. All right, it's time to go your separate ways, Ravens and Greg Roman. Hey, no harm, no foul. Hey. But the Ravens just kept holding on. They kept holding on and holding on and holding on. And it was like, man, and they held on too long. This could have been something that was happening years ago. But the Baltimore Ravens, they kept holding on and holding back. But then finally, is it a coincidence? Who knows? It could be, maybe not. But after he got paid, and you know everything that it took for the Ravens to pay Lamar Jackson, oh boy, it was ugly. Very ugly. And it got real nasty. But after he got paid that year, ended up getting a new offensive coordinator in Todd Monken. And then they really started to open things up for Lamar Jackson. They really did then. But anyway, we're glad that it finally happened. But continuing back to the article, it says that I think he had to grow up as a passer. A veteran NFL personnel man said he was always, see, there you go again. People, they try to say Lamar Jackson can't throw. That system, it clouded a lot of people's vision. It clouded a lot of their thought process. When Lamar was in Greg Roman's system, a lot of people thought, oh, Lamar, he's cool, he's special, but he can't really throw the ball like that. That wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. Todd Monken's system has opened up the game so much. and allow Lamar Jackson to really thrive even more how he's supposed to have been thriving years ago. Greg Roman's system was cool. Again, it was a nice introductory system. But for long term, it wears itself out. A lot of people, it was always made fun of. It was always joked about, but it was true. A lot of receivers, they'd be all in the same spot. It wouldn't really spread the field like that. It would have things so limited. But now in the Todd Monken system, pick your poison is real. It really is. So anyway, continuing, it says, I think he had to grow up as a pastor. A veteran NFL personnel man said he was always more athletic than anyone else, than everyone else, so why not run? But he had to stay in the pocket a little bit more to prolong his career, and he's doing that increasingly well. Another old narrative that a lot of people they really stuck with that for Lamar Jackson, especially early on in his career. People will call Lamar Jackson a run-first quarterback, and that the only time he was a run-first quarterback in his NFL career, it was when he was a rookie in 2018. That was the only time. Only time. Other than that, Lamar Jackson has not. And even you could even say in 2018 he wasn't even really run first. But I'll say 2018. I'll give you that. Run first quarterback in 2018. But besides that, no. You watch so many plays. You watch so many highlights. You watch so many full games. Watch every single offensive play featuring Lamar Jackson, especially after 2018. And you will watch him waiting. Now, there's sometimes where he would drop back, look. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take off. But as far as being a run-first quarter, it's not him. That's not him. There's never been his game like that, man. He waits. He waits for people to come open. He waits to give them an opportunity so he can throw the ball to them. And he's been saying this for years, too. See, he don't feel like running. He said, I don't want to run. I'm a quarterback. I want to throw the ball. He's been saying that. Let us know. He let us know that through his words, but he also let us know that through his actions. Yeah, does Lamar run up a bunch of running yards every year? Oh, yeah. He gonna run them yards up for sure. But it's not his first option. This list, it gives us a reminder that some narratives, no matter what you do, no matter what you prove, no matter what you show to people, some narratives, they never die. Guess where we are right here, right now. We have my favorite part of the videos where we get to feature your questions. Send me an email at teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Or if you're a Team Keep It Clean patron, you can send your question on there. If you want to become one, go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. Now, before we get into the question, we got to give a special shout out to the newest Team Keep It Clean patron. I got Deshawn. So Deshawn, we appreciate you, my friend. And on top of that, he sent in a question too. Now, Deshawn, next time, you ain't got to send it via email. You send your question directly on Patreon. But I appreciate you either way. He said, what's up, fam? What's up, baby? Appreciate you. He said, long-time listener, first time asking a question. Would you be interested in starting a Team Keep It Clean fantasy league? Would love to play with y'all. Oh, man. I know that could be fun. I could think about it. It was something that I would really have to think about because I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I would have to really have somebody else run it because as y'all know, this is really busy. Like right now, right now it's slow season. Right now is the slowest part of the year for this, and it's still crazy busy. So during the season, I can't wrap my head around fantasy football because it's rough, man. But I will think about if somebody else could possibly run that. Because I can't do it, but I appreciate the suggestion. He said, additionally, if Roquan has another down year, would you be ready to trade him? I can't say he had a down year last year. I say it started off a bit slow, but he cleaned it up nice toward the end. I don't think he had a down year overall. He said, I don't think he did terrible last year, but for as much as the Ravens are paying him, I think he's underperforming. Wow. Now with Roquan Smith, he's a lot like a C.J. Mosley, where they are very, very smart, excellent tacklers, leaders. They're not the splashy playmakers like a Fred Warner. That's why I always put Fred Warner just a notch above Roquan Smith. They both nice. You can't go wrong with either one. But I give Fred Warner because he makes those splash plays too. Now, Roquan Smith, he's going to make some plays. He's going to make some sacks here and there. He's going to get you an interception here and there, tip pass or whatnot. But he's not a flashy playmaker like that. But again, he is a leader. He does get everybody lined up. And that's something that's extremely valuable too. Somebody just to lead the defense and get them where they need to be. I know Kyle Hamilton, he does the same thing too. And Kyle Hamilton about to make a boatload of money any day now. We'll see when it comes. But Roquan Smith is not in the cards to be traded anytime soon. And I don't think last year, again, it wasn't even a down year for him like that. But just we got to remember the type of player that he is. Next question came from my guy, N.Nasty99. He said, I just want to say, love you. N.Nasty99, fan from almost 10 years ago. Bye. I love you too, man. And hey, man, that's real because I'm like 99.99% sure you was around when we did the Madden videos back then. I'm pretty sure, man. And then you came over to when we sort of transitioned the channel into just talking about the Ravens moving on from Madden. And then when we started the channel over from scratch, which ended up being this channel. And you've been here for a long time, so I appreciate that. You always show up, you show out. I'll be seeing you on other channels too, showing love and support. So I love it, man. So I appreciate not only how you are here, but how you are with just the whole Ravens community as a whole. Next question came from my guy, JDub. He said, Ingraven, would you rather see a documentary on Zay Flowers when they release season 2 of Wide Receiver on Netflix, or Derrick Henry if Netflix decides to do a season on running backs during the Ravens 2025 season? Either one. Either one. Because they will go hand in hand because they help each other out. Because they would show, say, for instance, they do it on Wide Receivers. So, and Zay Flowers was a part of it. They would show Lamar Jackson doing the play action. Oh, Derrick Henry's in there. Oh, no, but it's not going to Derrick Henry. And he throw to Zay Flowers. If they show Derrick Henry, then they would show Zay Flowers downfield blocking for him. So they both would get airtime, regardless. So you can't go wrong with either one. He said, after watching all the seasons of quarterback and wide receiver on Netflix, I feel both players are deserving to be on the series, especially Lamar Jackson when they release another season for quarterback. And hopefully Netflix can get a player for the Ravens on one of the Netflix series. We'll see soon. Going to my first Ravens game. All right, I like to hear that. Next question came from my guy, Joseph. He said, what's up, man? My name is Joseph, and I've been a Ravens fan for as long as I can remember watching football. I found your channel in the last 6 months, and I appreciate how you always keep the flock informed on all kinds of Ravens news and potential updates that are coming down to the pipeline. I appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you, man. He said, I got a question for you, though. I've never been to an NFL game before, and I just bought tickets for me and my wife to go see the Ravens versus Lions game at the bank on Monday night, week 3. You never been to an NFL game, and that's how you want to start? Like that? I like that, man. Because you starting with a primetime game, Monday Night Football at the bank against the Lions. Oh, man. And you know, Lamar be showing out regardless, but on Monday Night Football, Lamar's something different, man. He is something different, man. I don't know what it is, but I guess Lamar hey, when them lights are on, for sure on Monday night, he just go in a whole nother element, man. So I love how you starting that off. But you setting yourself up because now that's gonna be your first NFL game. And every single game you go to after that, you're gonna compare it to that one. And if you go to a Ravens game at M&T Bank Stadium, oh yeah, they're gonna show out. They're gonna do their thing. And if you go to a Ravens game at, I know we don't play Tampa this year, but if you went to a Ravens game at Tampa, they know how to have fun, man. They have a good time there. But it's gonna be tough to follow that act that you getting ready to watch in a couple of months. But good selection on them on the game. He said, do you have any tips for getting down to the stadium, food you will recommend in the city, or any kind of tips in general for Ravens fans going to their first game and be more? Thanks for all you do, man. Hope you and your family are well and you are enjoying your summer, and keep it clean. Appreciate that, Joseph. Congrats to you and your wife. Now, I would say I don't know if you live in the area or not, but I would say if this is your first time being in Baltimore, it sounds like it. I would say the game on Monday night, I would say get there. If you could get there on Wednesday, but get there Thursday, Friday, to where you could spend a couple days just chilling around the city and whatnot, going to different places, just because it's different. When you a fan of the Ravens from afar, and you see them on TV, you see the stadium and whatnot, and you see them showing the city on ESPN and all that, it's oh yeah, that's cool. But then when you're actually there, it's so different, man. It's so different, and it makes you just want to embrace it even more and enjoy the time there even more. Because when you get there, as a fan here in Florida, I'm so used to seeing, and I'm originally from Maryland, but still, as a fan being here in Florida, everywhere I go, Dolphins. See Dolphin stuff. Of course, yeah, we down here in Miami, obviously. But to be in Baltimore and to see Raven stuff everywhere, literally everywhere, you driving. especially close by the stadium and stuff, and you see these Ravens banners hanging. You see all these people's houses decorated with Ravens and Oreo stuff, of course, too. But it's just it's so nice because you're like, oh man, I'm home, baby. I'm home, and it's one of the most best and fun feelings, especially when it's happening for the first time. So I would really just say go there as early as you can, so you could spend a couple of days, again, you and your wife just chilling and just enjoying the city, and then that grand finale will be Ravens on Monday Night Football. This question came from my guy Howard. And Howard, I ain't heard from you in a little minute. I hope you're doing really, really good, my friend. He said, what's happening, Raven? It's been a while since I sent in a question or statement. I normally get more active when training camp season gets close. Oh, yeah, we right around the corner too, my friend. He said, I love the Ravens offseason so far with the free agent additions, the draft, etc. Like everyone, I was shocked when they signed Ben Cleveland back. Yeah, I was really surprised at that one. He said, we all believe Cleveland was in Harbaugh's doghouse for sure. Then I thought about it a little deeper, and it hit me that Cleveland might not have been in Harbaugh's doghouse. He probably was in Coach Joe D's doghouse. With Coach Joe D's tragic passing, new O-line coach Warhop must see Cleveland in a different light. That's a possibility. I never thought about that in that aspect. That is a real possibility, though. But anyway, he said, I don't know if he's going to win that starting left guard spot, though. Just my thoughts. And hashtag Ravens Nation. Ooh, yeah. I think that's Voorhees' job to lose, especially because he was already the starter last season until he got hurt, and then Patrick McCary took over, and then Voorhees never got it back.